Hi, we're live. Hi, everyone. Thanks for joining us today at VGA New Members Presentation, the second one of May. We're featuring some awesome games and projects today who have recently joined the Blockchain Game Alliance. And this presentation is for us to learn more about who you guys are, what you're working on, and what you're currently building. So hi, and thanks for being here today.
Yeah, thanks for having us here.
Yeah. Hi there,
Cool.
everyone.
Hello. Hi. So we've got 10 minutes per presentation. So let's jump straight into today's session and kick off the presentations with Crypto Guild. So Jeremy, if you're ready to go.
Yep, absolutely.
Let's do
Fantastic.
it.
So yeah, a couple of contexts. So I'm the founder of Crypto Guild. We basically started at the beginning of last year. It's been a while. And we grew to become the largest B2B ecosystem for guilds and games. So we help hundreds of guilds and games do business, basically. That goes through player acquisition, creating content, and all fundraising as well, all these kind of things. So the most important model that we've seen working recently is the fact that guilds are becoming players as a service agencies. And so we help them do these deals. And now we came up with a solution to make it in a much more Web3 native way with what we call quests. So it's a bit different from all the questing that we see coming up, like right now in many platforms where it's like social quest, you need to farm engagement and stuff. What we do basically is we are launching in-game quests aimed at a highly qualified audience in order to collect real actual rewards. So how does it work? It's going to be pretty simple. It's kind of a game. We call it the meta game. So you need a character. We call it like a Crypto Guild NFT. There's going to be 1,000 of those. And the concept is simple. When you have a Crypto Guild NFT, you can complete one in-game quest per month, each time in a different Web3 game. When you do that, you collect badges and rewards. So the collection, 1,000 free to mint NFTs. So the big announcement of this actually is going to be on Monday, so it's kind of a spoiler. But yeah, they're going to be free to mint, and you need to be on the whitelist in order to get one. They will have 10% royalty fees. All the NFTs are going to be identical at launch, so all the characters are going to be identical, but you'll be able to evolve them with badges and other stuff as well, actually. And the badges, they act as a buff. So it means that the more quests you complete in different games, the more badges you collect for your character, and the more earning you can get. The badges, what is the tech? How does it work? So simply you complete a quest in a game. You collect a badge. The badge is an NFT as well, but it's a soul-bound NFT, and it's attached to your Crypto Guild NFT. So it means that you collect badges, your NFTs get more buffs from these badges, and you can, if you sell your NFT to someone else, the badges will follow. That's the concept. So how do you actually earn? How does it work? Why is it a game where you can earn? There is a quest pool of rewards for each quest, and it's fed by 3 different elements. One of them is game rewards. So actually games pay us in order to design the quest for them. So they don't pay us directly, they simply contribute cash prize in the pool of rewards. The second thing, which is very innovative, is that the royalty fee from Crypto Guild's main collection, they're all going to be added to this pool of rewards. So the more traction there is, the more our NFT is traded, the bigger the pool of rewards will be. That will enhance the growth cycle. And then we have a third element, which is quest sponsors. So there are going to be many people that have incentives to get attention from our NFT holders. And NFT holders are going to be KOLs and Web3 gaming whales. And in order to get attention to them, they will also sponsor the pool of rewards. The earnings, what is very important is that we're trying to solve a big problem here. The big problem is Web3 games struggle a lot with user acquisition, and guilds have an audience, but they struggle a lot to monetize it. So we solve this problem. Games, they already have a user acquisition budget, a marketing budget, and they're willing to allocate it to our quest model in order to acquire users. Sponsors, I mentioned as well, they also have an incentive. So from this healthy mechanism where games use their user acquisition budget in our quest pool of rewards, and our holders, they basically benefit from this user acquisition budget directly, we have a healthy mechanism. We simply add a lot of leverage on top of that in order to gamify it, increase earnings, and create some kind of traction around that. So you'll be able to calculate the APY of your NFT based on how many badges you have, how much a pool of reward is, how many other people complete the quest, etc., etc. It's kind of becoming an investment asset, even though you need to do things in order to collect rewards. So the quest, what are in-game quests? Really simple. It can be like win one race in this game. Next month is going to be complete 3 games in this new other games. The month after is going to be collect the most resources in these other games. So each month you basically discover a new Web3 game, and then you get the rewards afterwards. So it's really to help user acquisition, game discoverability. The games are not going to be difficult at the beginning. It's really to emerge in the game and discover them. Enforcing royalties. So to make it simple, royalties have an essential part in our model, and we have different strategies to make sure they're going to be implemented. So we're launching with a discovery box in June 19th, actually. So we'll make the big announcement on Monday, where we'll release our white paper and everything. What's going to be in these boxes? They're going to be CryptoGears NFT, a Genesis badge, and a coin. We are actually launching a coin in the same time, but this is still kind of secret, so I'm not going to tell more about it, but it will have a big role in the whole ecosystem as well. So extra incentives as well. All of that, we put it into what we call CG lore. And that's what we say, that CryptoGears Quest, they are a meta game because it blends fiction with reality. A meta game is a game about a game. So the way we gamify our quest is that you need to complete tasks in different Web3 games. The actual gameplay is not developed by us, it's developed by other projects, and we simply gamify the way people will interact with these games. We also have villains that are inspired by real characters that had a bad impact on the crypto community as a whole. And we use these villains as part of our lore that we will reveal more as well on Monday. Our community, we have a huge community. We're going to have hundreds of KOLs and companies that are going to be launch partners as part of this like Quest metagame and NFT launch. So very exciting. You will learn more as well about that later. And that's pretty much it. That's pretty much where we are and what we are up to nowadays.
That's really cool. Thanks a lot for sharing. And really look forward to seeing what's coming next once you've launched, and feel free to share in the Telegram group as well. Mm-hmm. Great, thank you. Next up, we have Amanda from Agero. Hi, Amanda.
Hi, everyone. First of all, I have a bit of a cold, so if I lose my voice at some point, my apologies for that. So I'll try to run through this also rather quickly. But yeah, to begin with, I'm Amanda from Agero. Agero is a technology startup. We started in 2018, and now 5 years later, we've developed quite far ahead from where we actually started as just technology company to being both a mix of technology company and a full service campaign, sort of an agency. Our goal is to lead the innovation of the gaming influencer marketing, and we do that by still staying true to our roots of the technology. At the moment, we work with a variety of Web 3.0, but also Web 2.0 clients. And what we do is pretty much we help them build influencer and especially gaming influencer campaigns. And that includes a full service, starting from the point of where we help with ideas and strategy and finding the right creators, negotiating, onboarding them, making sure they're doing their work, and optimizing and reporting on the campaigns. As I said, our core thing and core strength is our technology. That's where we started from, and that's what we're also building our campaigns. And one of the main things is our StreamScan technology that we built. We also offer this as a software as a service business model, but that's quite interesting for mainly large publishers that we work with that really want to track a lot of influencers, hundreds of them every week, because it saves a lot of time, and they have the teams in-house to deal with all the data. But yeah, for small companies, we're the ones that actually offer that whole service. The StreamScan technology is on a very ground level zero. It's a compliance tracking tool. It helps to check that the influencers are doing their job. And we're looking at, of course, social media, because any kind of influencer right now is on more than one platform. So yes, we do track all the main social media platforms like Instagram, Twitter, TikTok, Facebook. But the most important thing is lying in live streaming and video content, which is on YouTube and Twitch. And what we do here is we track several pillars. We track, one of the things is chat. So we're checking of what is being said in a chat, what kind of keywords. We're tracking based per keyword. So for example, if we were working to Red Bull, we could check if a chat is mentioning Red Bull in their chat, in their conversations. When are they doing that? Is on Twitch, for example, a command being used? Pretty much, creativity, sky's the limit. Think about what you would like to track from the chat, and we can do that. The second thing is we're tracking visual elements from the streams and videos. This could be logos or banners placed, for example, on the live streams, but this can also be in-game elements. So as long as it can be turned into a JPEG, we can track that. And we can see when in a stream these moments show up. And most importantly, we track voice. And again, this is done by keywords. So using the example of Red Bull, whenever a streamer or somebody in a YouTube video would mention, for example, a word Red Bull, our tool is giving us a 30-second snippet. We see what is being said. We see how is it being said. And most importantly, we see it all together of a creator is saying something here. The chat is reacting to it. There was also a visual. So we're seeing a full picture and pinpoint to quite a precision when and what is being said and how it interacts with the community. The StreamScan technology is helping us, and we're basically using it to do several things that are next to the full service, right? Because there's a lot of agencies out there that help you find your influencers and onboard them and, do their job. Yes, we do that, and that's part of the work. But why we're different is that, first of all, and I honestly can't believe that in 2023 we still have to say this, but there's a lot of agencies out there that will take your 5,000 for an influencer deliverables, and the influencer will do only half, but they still get the 5,000. We don't do that. We have our tool, we track what they're doing, and influencers get paid for only what they're actually have done. Secondly, we go further. We're actually, because we have all this data, we're checking of what we can do with this data more than just check for the compliance. When we run the campaigns on a day-to-day basis, our team actually goes in and checks and optimizes them. So we're looking at, okay, this kind of a community, this kind of a creator, this kind of call to action seems to trigger the right desired action from them. So we feedback them. We feedback it to further, again, different creators. So we're optimizing the campaign based on the data while it runs in real life, instead of waiting till it finishes, analyzing and saying, next time, anybody could do better. With that being in mind, we also do A/B testing, which means that we already build the campaigns with the thought in mind that this campaign is meant to actually find the right information to later, for example, in a game launch, have all the right tools to invest your funds properly. This could be, for example, if you have a first-person shooter game, you might, you might think that the Call of Duty streamers are the best ones. But in reality, these communities might actually be interested in only Call of Duty. Could be not, that's a guess. But that's one of the data things that we can actually test. Sorry, I'm going to mute myself for a second due to my cough.
Sorry to hear that Amanda's not well on a Friday afternoon.
I'm sorry for that. Yeah, it's was hoping for a better health for the long weekend, but that's okay. But yeah, as I was saying, we're doing A/B testing, right? So it could be what type of creators, what type of games, what type of even demographics works for you, right? You want to figure out where you should localize your product further to LATAM, to Brazil, Southeast Asia, North America, right? We can test this and see which communities, of course, respond best. Essentially, we're kind of, because of our tool, using creator marketing to also be part of a market research group. Another very interesting thing that we have started to implement is a game feedback. And this is also a very interesting thing that a lot of our Web 3.0 clients are very happy about, which means that while building these influencer campaigns, we analyze the communities, but also, of course, creators and their voice. We build these topics together with your team, but what kind of sentiment is about the game? What, for example, are the triggers that trigger attention? Like, is it weapons? Is it skins? Is it storyline, right? So all these kind of things we can actually analyze from the chat to give you a proper game feedback on what will actually help you further develop the game. And as I said, because the tool also tracks the compliance and we have all these snippets of when your keywords are being mentioned, we also have all the right content that you can further remarket. You don't have to go and search for it. You have all the right snippets there, and you can actually go and reshare it on socials, do it on paid marketing, and get creative with that. How do we enter actually the Web 3.0 space? I mean, we have worked with a lot of Web 3.0 clients a lot, and essentially with our technology, we help them bridge between the Web 3.0 and having a Web 3.0 users towards the Web 2.0 gamers. And the two big problems that we actually see is that, well, one of them is how do you actually get the real gamers, right? Because you need the gamers. There's no such a thing as a Web 3.0 gamer. Anybody that's going to want to play a game, they are a gamer. They will care about the game. There is, of course, people that are interested in Web 3.0 aspects of a game, but they are not necessarily active players. So how do you onboard real gamers? How do you make them choose your game? What ticks them to choose a certain game? All these kind of questions, this is something that we help to answer with our strategic solutions, plus with the data that we gather. The same is with the negative sentiment. I mean, it's no secret that towards the gaming communities, there is still like mixed feelings about the blockchain and Web 3.0 projects. Why not embrace it? Why not build strategies that actually answer all the questions, that actually help them help them understand, and simultaneously also monitor and check what's happening? So that's what we do, because we're able to in real time monitor each campaign. We're doing it and checking, okay, we're able to kind of level the playing field. We're not just letting it out there to be wild. We're checking it and making sure and having kind of our hand on it a little bit. Just to quickly also point out, especially with the Web 3.0 projects, there's several stages where we can come in. And because of these two problems that I just pointed out, we feel like the best time is to start as early as possible. The one thing is you need to build brand, you need to build brand awareness, you need to make sure that all these communities actually believe in your product. So there's any stage that the project is, Agero can come in and help. That's it from my side.
Super, thanks so much. And as a marketeer, really insightful tools there. So that's really exciting to see, and also being able to dig into some of the games as well, and what kind of assets people are looking at. So really useful. Thanks so much. Great, thank you. Let's move on. Matthias, I think you are up next. Get a presentation.
Yes, thank you, Mel. Hello, everyone, from my name as well. Thanks for joining. Of course, today we're here to talk about Cyrex, but let's first give you a very basic introduction about myself. So I'm Matthias, business representative at Cyrex, and of course, a big fan of the blockchain gaming industry, as we all are. Now, Cyrex is actually a native cybersecurity company that specializes in penetration testing, load testing, and software development. And we have a very strong focus on the online gaming and blockchain industry. To give you some background information of us, we've been in the online gaming industry for about 8 years now. And by now we have been working with almost all AAA game studios and publishers worldwide. And we entered the blockchain vertical 4 years ago, where we initially started in the DeFi space, but of course, very quickly, we transitioned towards blockchain gaming, which was a natural direction due to our strong background in the online game. Moral of the story, at Cyrex, we either build, break, or scale online games. Now let's talk today about the value that we create and begin with one of the most important topics when developing a blockchain game today. Security. Security, and more specifically, our penetration testing services. With our penetration testing services, the goal is to enforce fair play by making sure players are unable to cheat or to hack the game or any other software solutions. Now, when specifically talking about blockchain games, security is paramount, especially because we're dealing with financial transactions as well. Therefore, not only the gameplay needs to be secured, but also all connected Web3 components. And we're working on a lot of Web3 components to make it bulletproof. And one great example that we all know is of course, the security of smart contracts. Yeah. Second topic, of course, scalability. Scalability and performance is a focus point that we cover with our load testing solution. And this is all about ensuring a smooth and successful launch from day one, regardless of the number of players you're expecting. So imagine going live. You don't want players to have issues on performance or latency and just leaving the game and never coming back. So that's why it's crucial to test it in advance. Another example on that is a bit more specific to the Web3 space is the Mintrop platforms. They are extremely subject to high volume traffic during a very limited time frame. And this is where we see that load testing is of utmost importance. You don't want to risk the availability or performance of your platform at that moment. So that's something very interesting in this specific industry as well. And the third one is, of course, the software development part, where we have experience in the full development of blockchain games with security and scalability by design. That's because we're veterans in the gaming industry, specialized in the security and scalability part as well. And when it comes to the actual development, we fully support cross-platform, so there is really no limit on how we can support you. Now, given that we have 3 specialized focuses with our services in the online gaming and blockchain verticals, let's have a look at the typical focus points that we're seeing every day. First focus area is, of course, the online gaming, where we have a focus on the backend services and multiplayer games. Decentralized applications, think about marketplaces, staking platforms, exchanges, and things like that. It has no limits. We build secure and load test on-chain and custodial wallets, as well for mobile, web extension, desktop, and all those things. Whenever going from a private to a public chain, we can help you build the bridge implementations and secure them as well. Now, I think you're all familiar with smart contracts. So different blockchain technologies mean different languages as well. And we're familiar with languages such as Solidity, C++, Rust, Flow, and others. Lastly, we can support you with challenges regarding the software development kits. For example, the SDK of our good friends and fellow BGA members, Immutable, with their layer 2 Ethereum solution called Immutable X. That's something we have a lot of experience in as well. As you can see, there is really no limit on our offering, and we feel very comfortable on a lot of areas, especially the one that we find more challenging is the one that we love doing. So, of course, today we are who we work with. So let's talk about our partners. We've partnered with a lot of fellow BGA members such as Mythical, Immutable, and Illuvium, working on projects. As you can see some images here, such as Blankos and the other side. Now, to give you some in-depth examples of our services and partners, I've brought 3 quick use cases as well today to give you really an example. The first example of a game we've been working on is Illuvium. It's a game from Illuvium Arena. It's a game from Illuvium, the Australian-based Web3 game partner, known for its amazing art, I must say. And we are very proud to work with them for continuous security testing, for example, on Illuvium Arena, which is a turn-based arena fighter game. Since there is cryptocurrency involved, the security is paramount in this case. A second example is Gods Unchained from Immutable. I assume many of you know Immutable since it's one of the biggest players in the blockchain industry at the moment. So we are very proud to be able to collaborate with them. While we're also doing security, I really wanted to give you an example of a load testing service we've done on Gods Unchained, the NFT-based card game from Immutable. And then finally, our co-development example with Mixmob for the Racer 1 team, which is an amazing racing game where we've been actively working with their team to bring it to a success. We've even had the chance to meet the team in person at GDC, which was really a pleasure. And as there are multiple security discussions going on, we're also looking forward to further improve the fair play of the game as well. Thanks. First of all, thanks for listening. Feel free to reach out if you would have any more questions. I'd love to have a chat or explore your project in detail in the coming months.
Great, thanks so much, Matthias. Really insightful, and thanks for sharing what you guys are working on. And great to see you collabing with so many BGA members and hopefully many more. So thank you. Okay, great. Let's move on. And Nikita, let me add your live stream. There we go.
Awesome, thank you. So, hi, I'm Nikita from Chain Patrol. I'm going to give you a quick overview of what we do and a bit of a demo. Basically, at the core, what we're doing is we're a security company, bringing real-time security to Web3 communities. The goal of what we're doing is essentially helping protect your game, your community, from people trying to impersonate you, like phishing attacks. This happens a lot in the space of NFTs and DeFi, where essentially, somebody will create a fake mint page or a fake airdrop page, or they'll try to make a fake Google ad for your company and lead them to, basically a fake website. And so when you work on this and when you kind of deal with this area, it can get really hard because, if somebody makes, say, a fake, a fake Lido website, which is one of our customers, you basically, your only approach at that point is trying to get the website taken down, because it's usually leads somebody to go connect their wallet, either mint a fake NFT, or even worse, just approves transfer of all your funds out of your wallet. And the old kind of approach of doing a takedown on this website can take a day, it can take a week. In the worst cases, it takes months to take these websites down. And meanwhile, your users are being misled. And so what we've built is a real-time security network. So one part of what we do is we monitor for all scams impersonating your game, your brand, any project that you're building. We find domains that are similar. We find domains. We find fake Twitter profiles. and all these different areas. And then we also combine community reporting through like our Discord bot, through like a public page we have, which I'll show in a moment. But basically, we combine all of the like different data sources on attacks trying to impersonate your project, and then we distribute, and then we put them on like a block list, and this block list goes out to major wallets like MetaMask, Coinbase, and a bunch of others that we're working with, so that anybody from your community that visits one of these sites will actually have a very quick warning shown to them that this is like not the real site, it's malicious, it's trying to steal funds from somebody. And we also handle doing things like getting, fake Twitter accounts removed, finding fake Telegram groups, stopping scammers on Discord, and all these different areas. And I can probably just show you how it works right now. Let me just share a quick video, and then also I'll do a little bit of a live demo. But basically, this is the Chain Patrol dashboard. One of the companies we work with is Layer 0. In here, you can see we've detected a fake airdrop page targeting Layer 0. We've since taken that page down, but this is what it looks like. You have it just tries to get you to go to a fake airdrop. Our system gathers some evidence that it's visually similar, the name is impersonating, and then basically what we do is, if you go to this website with, normally you'll see the scam page that's trying to steal your funds. But if you go there with MetaMask installed, we've sent our data into MetaMask, and they will essentially put a big warning. And this is, your user. It'll basically protect all of your user base. They don't need to install any extra extensions or anything like that. As long as they use one of the wallets we work with, like MetaMask, Coinbase Wallet, or any of the others, they will be showing a warning. We have other wallets like Pontum, which is really big in the Aptos ecosystem, and it will actually show like our custom warning page as well. And so, there's two main areas that we're interested in working with kind of gaming projects with. One is protecting your own community. We can basically very easily set up an account for you where we can start monitoring for, is somebody impersonating your project? Are they trying to steal money from your users? And then the other part is we also have an API where you can actually bring this data into your own project. Let's say you have an in-game chat, or some way of, or just you want to see if maybe like scammers or people that are trying to lead your community into, using the old like doubling gold kind of scams. You can create reports through our system and then surface those reports back inside of your game, such as flagging maybe malicious accounts, or also just in the chat. If you have a chat where users can paste links or share any sort of text, you might want to use our API to basically scan for these malicious links and make sure that they don't make it their way to their users. Just as a quick, another quick example, this is like a quick live demo of what this looks like. We basically find scams targeting your project. This is another company we work with, Arbitrum. They're one of the biggest layer 2s right now. And basically our system detects these malicious sites and then gets them blocked by the wallet. With Arbitrum, we have actually protected already 1,350 like fake domains have been blocked, and you can just see like this is the types of attacks these scammers create, where they essentially, it's kind of just like a ridiculous amount. Like when you get hit really hard, but we are there to protect the Arbitrum community and make sure that we actually, all of these links have been blocked by wallets. You go to any one of them. I still don't recommend you don't actually go to any of these scam links, but basically all of them are being blocked by the wallets that we work with. And yeah, there's a couple other things we can help with. We have a Discord bot that we integrate directly into your Discord. So if you have a big community on there, there's a couple of things you can do. One, you can do run a check command where you can basically submit any link, and it will basically tell you if it's malicious or not. For example, that's a scam link I went to earlier. And if I just plug in something legitimate, let's say check metamask.io, you'll be able to see, oh, okay, this is a legitimate link. And then the same thing is anybody from your community can just go in here and submit a report, like some fake game airdrop.com. You submit that link, it autofills this form for you, you hit submit, and then all of that will be automatically sent into your organization. So in this case, that's a Chain Patrol Discord, so it gets sent to us. But if you had your own Discord, it will basically send the report to you. It also keeps track of which Discord user submitted it. And there's also opportunity with some of the communities that we're working with, like Optimism and others. And Zeta Chain. There's some interest in like rewarding there's opportunities for you to kind of like track who's reporting and also give either special roles or rewards to your community for helping kind of keep everybody safe. And yeah, I think I'll honestly cut it there. I mean, our main thing right now, actually, sorry, the last thing is the API. And basically here, you can go ahead and, sorry, one of my extensions is breaking the docs UI. There you go. So here you can basically use our API within your own games, whether you want to, if you have say, like a chat, or you can basically send us to check any sort of URL. You could also check on-chain addresses with us and contracts to check if the contract is malicious or if the address has been flagged with any reason. You can also send ask for more detailed data for it to give you like a full reason and the full report. And you could also send in reports to us if you want to say build maybe a system for tracking, tracking scam accounts. This is something you can do, and we can generate an API quickly for you, and you can try out the setup. Yeah, so I think really the main goal is we've been working with quite a few companies that we are protecting right now. Our goal is essentially, protecting all of these communities. We're working right now. Some of these were in the slightly earlier stages, but a lot of them we've been live with for quite a while now, like Optimism, Lido, Flow, VFriends, ZK Sync, Layer 0. These projects all see the importance of protecting their community and their user base from scams. And it's really important to make sure that your users have a good experience. And if they lose funds, oftentimes these users don't come back to the ecosystem at all, not just to your game, but oftentimes they'll either leave crypto entirely, or it can just harm your brand's reputation too. And so that's kind of what we help with, is just making sure that there's an easy way to protect your community. And yeah, that's it. I appreciate your time, and thanks you for inviting us.
Awesome. Thanks so much, Nikita. And yes, so really essential for all projects, I think, protecting the community. So thanks for presenting. And yes, so thank you guys. It's been a pleasure to have you guys here today and for you to showcase your projects and find out more about what you're building and what you're working on. This can be some value to also other BGA members and beyond. So thanks for your time today. We look forward to hopefully seeing some of you in either Lisbon in a couple of weeks or Web3 Berlin the following week. So hope to see you there. And thanks a lot, everyone, for joining, and for everyone who joined in. Have a great afternoon, guys. Thank you very much. Thank you. Bye.
Bye.